What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. We are obviously living, loving, and breathing sport and sports cards, or cards in general, mate. Last show of the year, Saucy.
Happy New Year.
288. Happy New Year. Bloody
Um,
hell.
it should be an absolute belter, but it'll be a quick show, ladies and gentlemen. It will be a very, very, very quick show, and but we're excited. We're excited because it's another year. Thank you, Jamar. Good to see you.
The
Victorian
VIX.
here, the VIX.
And of course,
We're
global, mate.
yeah. It's we need more people introducing ourselves like Jamar there, just like our friend from Lakeland, Florida, Kevin Hawthorne,
Kevin
which
Orville, mate.
hopefully he might be here at some point. But yeah, look,
What's happening? Nothing much, mate. Last show of the year, we're pretty pumped. I think it's the first time we've had you in the chat, so not sure if you're a first time listener. Hopefully, stick around for another 288 weeks for the show. Uh, Global, what did Santa bring? Well, did you get anything from Santa, Saucy?
um, no, no, I didn't get
I
anything
got
from
a
Santa.
giant.
Well,
I got a giant
I know
box
what you got.
of Phantasmal Coal. That's what I got.
Phantasmal Cole ripped a
I
box of
opened a
Phantasmal
booster
Cole.
box and got sweet FA, just coal.
Nah,
That's pretty much what it was.
yeah, sack of coal.
It was nice to give my son a whole bunch of base cards. He was throwing them around in the freaking living room. That's.
That was the highlight of
He
the
came
base of
over
coal.
and he's like, "Dad, cards?" I'm like, "Yeah, don't touch these ones, but yeah, take as many of these as you want, buddy." So anyway, yourself, Global. Hopefully Santa brought you something nice. Mrs. Claus made an appearance for you, hopefully. Um, and hopefully Jamal, you got something nice from Frisbees. Very
Frisbees.
nice.
Gonna play a bit of frisbee golf, are you?
So not bad. No, it's awesome. We'll get straight into it, and as the comments come through from the chat, we'll read them out. But we'll start with the NBA. And as you can see, ladies and gents, I'm in the undisclosed location. And if you're a regular listener, you know what that means for my internet connection. It sucks.
Not the best.
So
Let's
Sauce is
see
going
how
to
we
run
go.
it. Sauce is in
See
charge,
how we
mate.
go. NBA, as we know, Western Conference. Oklahoma City still on top, but a little bit shaky over the last few games. The Spurs definitely have it over them, who are second seed. So that makes it interesting this early in the season with 30, 32, 33 games played. A few teams with 30 games played. You got Denver, uh, third seed with 32 games played. They got 22 wins.
You seen what happened?
Bit of bad news today. Jokic, I don't know. Hopefully, it's not too bad. I know he got subbed out at halftime. He was dominating. It looked like a bit of a hyperextension. It was a bit unfortunate because his own player sort of slid back and hit him. And yeah, unfortunate what happened. Hopefully, it's not too bad for him, but he could be having a little stint on the sidelines, which is unfortunate for the big man because he's having an MVP caliber season, if you ask me. Then we have Houston in fourth, Los Angeles Lakers in fifth, Minnesota Timberwolves in sixth. I think Doma might be on the absolute fritzer. Then we got Phoenix in seventh, Golden State in eighth. He's back. Then you have Memphis in ninth, Portland in 10th, Utah 11th, Dallas 12th, Clippers in 13th at 10 and 21. They need they've won about five in a row, I think 4 or 5 in a row. The Clippers, so they're look. At the end of the day, they've only got to catch. They're only 4 games behind Portland to make the play. So they're not without a chance to still make a playoff run. The Clippers, yeah, should they get it together, and should Kawhi be able to be putting in more than 35 plus minutes, because I'm not sure if you were aware of this, Dom. Up until about 5 or 6 games ago, he was only playing 30 minutes a game, maxed, right?
Okay.
And he's come around and said, obviously they're doing shocking, and he said, I can give you more minutes. And since he's been able to play, he played like 39 minutes the other night, scored 55 points or whatever. He's been going nuts. right? So as long as Kawhi can maybe stay fit, that Clippers team could make a bit of a run because I just find it hard. The team, like I look at their team on paper and I go, they should not be third last in the West. They
Nah,
just should
no
not,
way.
right? They just should not. And like it's like Harden and then Kawhi haven't regressed that much from like last year. So it's just bizarre to me that they're that far down in the West. And you've got Sacramento 14th and New Orleans Pelicans in 15th. Zion has been back. I'm not sure if you've seen that. Dom, he's been playing quite well, playing off the bench. He started. I think today he had a big game, but wasn't enough for the Pels. Then you got the Eastern Conference still at the top. Detroit, unbelievable. Detroit Pistons on the top with 32 games played in the season for them. Then you got the Knicks in second, Boston third, Toronto fourth, Miami fifth, Orlando sixth, Philly seventh, Cleveland eighth, Chicago ninth, Atlanta 10th, Milwaukee 11th, Charlotte 12th, Brooklyn 13th, Washington 14th, and Pacers 15th. Just goes to show what a big difference Halliburton has on that team. With the Pacers there dead last in the East. Few surprises, obviously Raptors, we mentioned them a few weeks ago. Magic and Banchero started to find a bit of form. I think he had a triple-double today. Big game from him. Philly, bit of a bizarre team. I feel like we spoke about them. They are better without maybe Embiid in there. Embiid comes in there and maybe it's not working anymore. Should they trade him? Should they not? Should they
I
keep
think
him?
they have to.
I don't know. We'll wait and see. But that is pretty much the run through in the NBA. A couple of unfortunate events, but with
Well, fuck,
Thunder Force.
Jokic moved into 210 odds to win the MVP yesterday. So he was out and out favourite. And then today, he's just gone down with the knee injury. So just very
It looked like a bit of
unfortunate.
a hyperextension of the knee because with that hyperextension, he could do some sort of damage.
Yeah,
He did
PCL,
sort of hobble off the court.
MCL. I
Yeah,
just didn't like the way he was holding the knee and rolling on the floor. I had flashbacks, mate. That's the only thing. When I was watching him, I was like, oh, it doesn't look promising. And not for
you and me
anything.
both.
Yeah, and not for anything saucy. Like I look at um I look at the reports, and it's been about 8 hours since it happened. If it was good news, they usually clear it straight away. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm not confident. I'm not confident. And like, let's be honest, mate. An MRI, we would have already found out. They're not waiting till tomorrow. They would have got him straight into hospital, mate. He's a superstar in the league. They're not waiting till tomorrow to find out what the extent of the injury is. They want to know right now, and I think he probably wants to know straight away what's going on. So
He's
yeah,
obviously got a knee injury.
I was looking. I was trying to find if anything. There was an update 36 minutes ago, but it was nothing. That's why I was looking on my phone.
So, so this sort of you're not wrong because it does lead
Shams,
you to think that there could be more to it.
yeah, Shams. I'm just seeing. That's 1 day ago. Who usually gives updates? ESPN usually gives a big update. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, nothing at the moment, but um, no, absolutely nothing. We'll hold our breath a bit, Source, and hope for the best for him. Sound is a bit low, Source, says Global. For me or for Saucy?
Probably because I'm just not up to the mic when I'm speaking. I did turn my microphone down a bit before.
Goliath,
Hang on.
welcome, mate. You let us know, and we'll fix it up, Global.
Goliath,
But
where's the EB? Where's the EB03 or 04? Where is it, ladies and gentlemen? EB03, we want the heroines One Piece. I'll talk about it when we get to
Well,
I think I mentioned it. I think I may have mentioned it.
last week I think he did. Last week.
No, no, that was the
Um,
Riftbound. That was
oh,
Riftbound.
Riftbound. But yes, Global says your mic source, but we're trying to get to the bottom
Trying to
of
get
the
to the
low
bottom of
mic.
what the low mic. What's going on with that? Because
We had
it's not.
issues. We had issues in the rip and chip, and we're now issues on the pod. We'll work it out, mate. Scalper heaven, says Goliath for EBO 13. Scalper heaven. All right, Sauce. What do we got next, mate? What's on the cards next?
Next up, we have the Premier League, and we had the round gone by, round 18, kicked off with a 1-0 win by United over Newcastle. And Doma, just because I love this. And I mean, you can tell me the story if you watched the game, but speak to me about this momentum chart because you had 33%, they had 67%. Looks
I
like second
actually
half you just parked the bus.
I didn't catch. I just watched like the highlights. I didn't really see much of what was going on in terms of like, but most of the highlights were Newcastle. That's for sure. So we'll see.
They
Um,
had 16 shots, you had 10
mate,
shots.
I'm telling you, if we can somehow like have a look at our team, go down, look at our lineup first of all. Right, so there's our lineup. Where are we? We got Cunha,
You've done
Cisco,
well to
Mount,
get the win with
yeah,
that lineup.
Dorgo, yeah, I understand. And look who we put on. Look who we put on. Scroll down a bit more. You got the academy player, Jack Fletcher, Xerxes came on, and Lenny Yoro came on. Then we had Tyler, and oh, what the hell? I didn't realize Malakia played.
What the
What
hell?
the?
He,
What the
he
hell?
plays for you guys still. We didn't
He's
even
still
know.
there? But look, we're playing young guys. We've got no Mesrael. We've got no Mbumo. We've got no Diallo because of AFCON. Delict is injured still. So, mate, these guys are going to have to really dig deep. And it was great to get Patrick Dorgu kicking his first goal for United at Old Trafford, which is fantastic to see for the young fella. Build his confidence up a bit. You would have seen in that lineup he started on the wing. He was playing Diallo's spot, so he filled in for him. Mason Mount's filling in for Fernandez, who's also injured. So we've got no Fernandez as well. So to come away with the 1-0 result against Newcastle after a cracker goal from Dorgu, bro, I'm taking it because Chelsea drew. And all I care about, I don't even care about making Champions League. I care about winning this bet. And I think, what are we, 2 points now behind?
We'll get to it. That was the first game of
So,
the round, and Nottingham Forest, they unfortunately couldn't get the result against City. They lose 2-1 to Manchester City. Arsenal get the win over Brighton 2-1. Could have easily been 3-1 or 4-1. We hit the post a couple times, Dom. Could have been quite easily a bit more. I will say, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. David Raya may have made the save of the season in this game. It was an absolutely phenomenal save. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Obviously, always got to give a little bit of props to the goalkeepers because everyone talks about the goals, but no one talks about the goal saving saves like that. Right, that is just as good as a goal, really, Dom.
oh yeah, well,
Because if
saves you copping the goal, mate. So,
exactly right, so then we had Brentford defeating Bournemouth 4-1, Burnley 0-0 with Everton, Liverpool 2-1 over Wolverhampton, West Ham lose at home 1-0 to Fulham. Chelsea lose to Aston Villa
lost.
2-1. They
Yeah.
lost. So you've got 3 points on money there. Then you got
Come on,
Sunderland drawing
Manuel.
1-1 with Leeds and Crystal Palace defeated by Tottenham 1-0. The standings are, which I'll get to right now. This is the standing after that round of games, and then we'll get to the next round of games. Arsenal still on top, 42 points. Manchester City second, 40 points. Then you got Aston Villa, 39 points. Liverpool up into fourth on 32 points. For as bad as they've been, they are back into Champions League spots. Chelsea fifth on 29, and United on 29, equal fifth. but they're on sixth because they got a only +4 goal difference compared to Chelsea's +11. Then you've
Unbelievable.
got Sunderland in seventh on 28 points, Brentford 8th, Crystal Palace 9th, Fulham 10th, Tottenham 11th, Everton 12th, Brighton 13th, Newcastle 14th, Bournemouth 15th, Leeds 16th, Nottingham 17th, West Ham 18th, Burnley 19th, and Wolverhampton dead last on 2 points. Shocking from Wolves. Round 19 of games. Burnley kicks off tomorrow morning. Yes, you heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. If you're on holidays, this is an absolute beauty. You can kick it off with Burnley against Newcastle, or Chelsea against Bournemouth, or Nottingham against Everton, or West Ham against Brighton. And then 7:15, 45 minutes later. So as that one's getting to halftime, you can just switch it over to would be the game of the day. Arsenal against Aston Villa. You got first versus third there. So it's going to be an absolute belter. The return fixture. They beat us last time at Villa. So let's see if we can get the win tomorrow. Then you got United against Wolves. They should be able to beat them, you would think. But nothing's ever guaranteed in the Premier League. But you think that you dispatched them last time, but as you said, you've
Well, we've got a lot of guys out, so.
Then we got Friday morning, 4:30 a.m. Crystal Palace against Fulham, Liverpool against Leeds, and then 7 a.m. Brentford against Tottenham, and Sunderland against Manchester City. That is round 19 fixtures, Thomas, from the Round Ball Premier League.
Beautiful. Global says Bournemouth are falling apart. That's right. They just need to beat Chelsea, mate. That's all they need to do. They got one job this week, and it's to beat Chelsea. I'm hoping we can get this job done tomorrow. I'm hoping. Semenyo is going to City. Well, he was meant to go to United, but no one wants to play for us. So, anyway. Shit happens.
What do we got? We got 2 more days and the January transfer window opens. So,
well, if we can get the Champions League, we might be able to get a few people to come down to the club in the off season, which would be nice.
Does make a difference. All right.
Yeah.
NFL,
all right, so
NFL to round out the round of sports. We had kicking off first game of the round. We had Washington defeated by Dallas Cowboys, and then we had Minnesota Vikings defeating Detroit, Denver Broncos defeating Kansas City Chiefs, Houston Texans defeating the Chargers, Baltimore Ravens defeating the Packers. That was at Packers home too, so a big win there. Then you had Titans defeated by the New Orleans Saints, the Jets defeated by the Patriots, the Dolphins defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Colts have absolutely fallen apart. Just, mate, they've literally done an Essendon. What's going on with my teams and starting well, and then they just fall in a heap. The Colts, they lose to the Jags 23-17 at home, so that's disappointing by the Colts. Then you have the Browns defeating the Steelers. That's a shocking score, 13-6. That's like watching paint dry, Dom. 13-6 NFL game. Cincinnati Bengals defeat the Cardinals. Panthers defeated by the Seahawks. Giants defeat the Raiders. Eagles defeat Buffalo Bills at Bills home, 13-12. Shocking scoreline, but good win, a big win by the Eagles. 49ers defeat the Bears, and the game today, Doma, I'm not sure if you've seen. Oh, there's no stats here. There's no stats here on Flash Score.
What happened?
I'm not sure if you've seen today. He got the job done. All right, he got the job done. Where is he?
Where is Kirky.
He? Where Kirky. Is he? Where is he? I'm trying to find him. I can't find him.
He's in there.
Hang on.
He's in there, mate. Yeah, let me get him up, mate. Here he is.
Hang on. Get him up. There he is.
Oh my God! Hurt y'all.
Put that shit on! Hey! Put that shit on! Hey! Put that
Ladies and gents, if you're not sure what that was Kirk Cousins dancing with no shirt on with a big bling chain. That was a few years back after he had a big win. He had a big win today against the Rams at home, 27 to 24. And my boy, Kirky Cousins. If there is one quarterback that I PC, it is Kirk Cousins. So if anyone has cheap Kirk Cousins autos, on-card autos, I'll buy them. It's just a bit of a fun PC. But always when he gets a big win, I like to bring it up on the show. Underrated quarterback, I feel like. Very serviceable.
You like that? You like that?
There we go. And has had some of one of the greatest moments on camera post games, just like you like that right there. But Doma, that is the round of NFL fixtures.
I think this week's the last week.
Yes, that was round 17, so round 18 this week. I do want to bring up the standings, and just to show you, ladies and gents. So there we go. We have, what did I have before? It showed it better, but anyway, trying to realize who's.
So there you go. You've got New England and Buffalo in. Probably Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
Because 2 from every division go through. So you've got the Jags and the Texans in the AFC South. AFC West, you've got Denver and the Chargers. And then NFC East.
That is horrific.
Philly and Dallas scraping
7
through.
wins.
That's good for Jerry, Big Jerry Jones down there in Dallas. Then you got NFC North, Bears and the Packers. Then you got NFC South, Panthers against Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay. And then you got Atlanta Falcons at equal. So Atlanta Falcons.
That's very close.
Potentially get in there. Percentage. Is their percentage exactly the same? I wonder what their head-to-head record is. That probably plays into factor there. NFC West, you've got Seahawks and 49ers going through. That was a big loss by the Rams because they sort of needed to win that. They might win a wild card spot though with the amount of wins that they have on the board there. So they might have a chance in the wild card for the Rams. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is the NFL for this week. Last week of NFL before we have playoffs. So make sure you check it out and it will be a big G up ready for the playoffs.
Beautiful.
Going into the new year, Doma.
It's going to be awesome, mate. We always love the playoffs.
So there's no UFC and anything. We're on to hobby talk.
I'm just bringing something up for hobby talk.
Brought to you by Double Coverage Breaks. Join Double Coverage Breaks Facebook group. Links in the comments.
Yeah.
And,
new sponsor.
Check us out. As our official sponsor, we're sponsoring ourselves. If you want to support the show, it's a great way to support the show and get some cards in return. Buy a box. We also do rip and ships. As you can see, I have a whole shelf full of stuff behind me, which we have a rip and ship price list. So you can go check that out, ladies and gentlemen. It is in our Facebook group. So if you're in there, if you're not in there, join there, and then you can check the list out, which is
Bloody oath
in our featured post there.
Well,
all right, Doma.
First and foremost, Sauce. I'm telling you, we gave this guy massive props last week, and obviously he's a very humble guy, so he probably would have hated us embarrassing him a little bit on the show, but he deserved his award, Tyson Beck. And then he's just come out in the lead up to the new year, and he's gone, you know what, guys, I'll just give you a sneak peek on who my athlete's going to be. And he's gone, bang, and have a look how good this looks. Sauce. Come on. Come on, Sauce. The Joker, Nikola Jokic. Look at this. Jan 2026. Know the player, know the game. Game worn collection. And he showed in his story, which I don't know if I bring it up here, if this will work. No, he's got nothing in there. He's got nothing in there. He did yesterday, though. He did yesterday. He had the patch and the card art in the preview. Just a little glimpse. And boy, oh boy, does it look good. So,
I'm pumped because I look. Jokic is one guy that I've considered to potentially buy some cards of, just with what he's achieved, and he's still got time to go in his career. It's just he's solidified
3
himself.
MVPs, Finals MVP.
He's on one of the greatest sort of 6 to 8 year stretch of anyone we've ever seen. He's nearly number one in every category in the last 5 seasons.
It's unbelievable.
Every like offensive category and sort of other some few other.
That's crazy.
Well, but just crazy, just mental. But yeah, props Tyson Beck. When
Unmatched.
not even surprised. We're not even surprised now. Like when he gets these type of guys. I mean, as I said, we would be surprised if it was like, and I'll be honest with you, if we put it down, it'll be like if it was maybe LeBron or Michael Jordan, if we're talking about basketball, and then if it's football,
Messi or Ronaldo.
Maybe Mbappe would be pretty cool as well.
Seeing as we're on those, I actually did message him because I messaged him about the card and we're just having a bit of a discussion. I said, good way to start off 2026. I said, just remember, if you ever need a bodyguard, if you have to go to Saudi Arabia to sign Ronaldo, I'm your man. I'm qualified. I'll fly over with you. I'll be your bodyguard. I'll protect you. And he's like, and he just messaged me back. And he's like, I'll keep that in mind. Pretty much saying, you got no hope, Dom. The only hope is one day Ronaldo does one of those talks. He comes down to Melbourne, does a talk. I'll pay exorbitant amount of money to go watch him. And then hopefully Tyson does some card artwork. And I may or may not get an opportunity to meet him. That's it. So, but anyway, he's got big things planned. Clearly, if you're getting Nikola Jokic as your first drop of the year, that's pretty bloody good.
Game worn, patch auto,
bang.
You know what to expect with the Giannis drop that he done earlier in the year, and we see
100%
the quality. And Dom, like, I can't even. It's just the people send these cards in, and of course PSA are going to give some 9s, but yeah, look, nonetheless, it was most of them get 10s. So many people get 10s. Like I mean, I've got all the ones I've got. I'm just considering just giving them a bit of a dust off, make sure there's no dust on there, and away they go. Because why not? Why not? If it's got a good chance. So we'll see. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But yeah, we're not surprised anymore. Just nonetheless. But yeah. It's a big get, and hopefully I can secure one. I would like to get one because I missed out on the Giannis. So it was just bad timing with the Giannis. They will be quite expensive. I will just say, ladies and gentlemen. Of anything from what his Giannis release was like, but understand with that comes quality, and also the quality and the design is unmatched. So, and also the game worn factor, the fact that he's buying certain jerseys that are photo matched and things, it adds a premium to the product. We've seen what the other companies have done in the past, just putting patches in there from whoever or whatever, or people, just having player worn, which player worn could mean he's sitting in his freaking bathroom taking a shit and puts on a jersey, takes it off, puts it on the court, puts it on, takes it off. Like, that could be player worn. Like, do you understand that? Like, it's completely different to game worn, where even if he's worn that for 1 quarter or 1 half, and then takes it off at half time and swaps to another one. You know, I do know of certain players in certain games, made, it might be a legacy game or something like that. Like, say Stephen Curry, when he broke the 3-point record, if he knew he was going to break it in that game, he might have worn 3-4 jerseys, in that game, because it becomes like a big, because he might keep it to sell later on, and he might have to keep some for an obligation, to a contract he signed. So I do know, players do that, but yeah, just understand when it's player worn. And what ruined this all to me was seeing a UFC fighter post saying her wearing her Panini official gear, and she was wearing like a hat. And at the time, they did like a hat, UFC whatever, and it's like all she's done is wore that while she's watching the UFC. Yeah, she's a fighter, but it's like it's got no significance. And I was like, why couldn't they just do that for other shit? And then when I found out also that they just say the rookie photo shoot for the NBA players, they just get them to put on a bunch of jerseys. Like, you could get a guy putting 10 jerseys over one another, then taking all 10 off, and then putting them on the side. That's player worn. Like, that's what classifies as player worn. It's completely different to game worn. Completely different. So, yeah, as I said, adds a massive level of cost to the product, which is understandable. So,
but yeah, well, looking forward to it. Like we said, if that's the first drop of 2026, I think we're in for another big
design around
Tyson Becky.
The Joker. Like, surely you have to blend that in there. Get the
well, it is. In the preview, they had that image of Jokic on the side in the patch auto preview that he had. It actually looked really good. Yeah, could you imagine if Pokemon and Topps do a collab? Might happen next year. There's a lot of collabs coming out with this 30th anniversary. There's an Adidas collab. There's a Lego collab. There's Pokemon next year. There's a whole lot coming out. So
it's gonna be Pokemon galore. You're gonna see
cash in, baby.
Everything. They are cashing in massively, and understandable. They should. Their IPs freaking.
Right, so
they'll bring out another game. Like their marketing.
They're just dominating.
It's just on point. Really.
They're killing it. All right, so I've got another one for you. Here we go. We love Leaf products, mate. We love them.
Talked of them up on this show for a long time, and it's not until probably bigger players were making sort of similar products that were player licensed, not team association licensed, direct with the player. And then Leaf started to get a bit more notoriety. They've got some great big cards out there of big players.
Bloody earth, mate. There's some really nice ones, but this one in particular is the 2025 Leaf Metal Authentics Multisport. We love these ones, mate, because you can get actors and actresses and players and all types of stuff. And first cap off the rank, we got this AI looks on card here. So there's inscribed autos, coming inscriptions, Leaf Metal Heroes, metal inscriptions, and sketch autos. Have a look at this one here, Source. So this is Guy Gilchrist. He's obviously a part of Sesame Street, for example. And he sketched out one of his characters that he's obviously created on Sesame Street and signed it. It's a pretty cool looking card. This is why I like Leaf. They do different things. Not that I'm going to buy it. Other concepts of base autos. Here you go, Margot Robbie, Source.
There you go. Magda, there's one for you.
Michael J. Fox appears on Back in Time autos, featuring actors from Back to the Future. That's pretty cool. And then there's dual and triple autos, which we'll have a look in a second. So this one's Steve Nash and John Stockton dual auto. So it comes out, it's already out, 19th of December, 2025. Cards per pack, 1. Packs per box, 1. And 10 in a case. Let's have a look here. Base autos, 2. Here we go. So there's base autos, Shaq, Auto Relic, Ooh, Ronnie Coleman, Back in Time, Michael J. Fox. The quad auto is a Back to the Future quad auto. Dual autos of McGregor, Mayweather, Bird and Magic, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather. Dual inscriptions: Jim Kelly, Immortals, Messi, and Margot Robbie. There's a whole bunch. Metal autos. Who else can you get? Charlie Sheen, Joe Pesci. What else we got? It's pretty much Sabalenka autos in there. Sportscast. I think must be a whole bunch of commentators. Triple autos. Under Armour Pro. So yeah, a whole bunch of different autos in there. Source and variants. So
Good old Lee.
pretty cool. So they've always got something. Anyway, Source, that's pretty much on the news front in terms of products and whatnot. But I think the biggest story that's come out of this leading into the new year is obviously the King of Collectibles new season has dropped on Netflix. And in the preview, obviously it's now out, Logan Paul is in the show selling his Pikachu illustration card. And I'm not sure if you're able to find it because you've got a bit quicker internet, but Rattle Pokemon has been going bananas over this because he reckons this is genuinely the biggest con job ever, because he reckons this card obviously helped build up Liquid Marketplace. For him, obviously, this is the rug pull that Logan Paul and Matty Allen, the director of assets at Liquid Marketplace, did a rug pull and everyone took all the money. And this card came out of it. He acquired it. I believe this is allegedly. This is what I believe, what I've read. I'm not sure I'm 100% correct. I'll probably get fact checked, but it doesn't matter.
So here's the card in question. If you don't know what it is, there it is. Right, and that's on Rattles. And Rattle has called it out. If I purchase scam fractional shares of the Logan Paul PSA,
there we go.
I would be filing the police report and requesting the cert to be deactivated by PSA. How does co-founder Logan sell it through Ken Golden and Golden after buying it back on scam platform Liquid Marketplace
There
without
we go.
anyone getting paid out? If you did file a police report or contact PSA, please let me know. Bro, yeah, look, crazy to think that card there was used to scam so many people on Liquid Marketplace, and people of this show will know we've been down that rabbit hole here. The fractional space, we said about it, and we were just, I think we decided not for us. Unless you can actually hold the card in your hand, you don't actually own it. Cards are meant to be in your possession. I do know some people keep them in a vault, but entirely it's in your vault and you own it, the whole card. You don't own, one. In this case, this illustrator card is a multi-million card. People were owning,
1%. You're owning a piece of Pikachu's tail. That's pretty much what you owned.
Well, not even. It's not even a piece of his tail, mate. It's just a Pikachu's furry, so it would just be one strand of his fur.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mate, it was honestly.
So, yeah, look, ladies and gents, I can't believe that they're allowing this to happen. Like, it should be taken down, shouldn't be sold. Something should be done about the people with Liquid Marketplace. They run off with all the money. If you want to watch videos about it, just YouTube Liquid Marketplace. There's Rattle Pokemon. They've done a whole bunch of He's done a whole bunch of videos on it. He's still going on. Crazy. And now they're making even more money off it with putting it through the Netflix show and Ken Golden and promotion that way. From Ken's point of view, you got to understand, to him, it's good promotion for him, very good promotion, but nonetheless, what can we say? yeah, it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. Dom is
I'm back.
there. He is. He's back.
It
He's
just,
back. But
it
yeah,
just
I was just saying. I was just mentioning that uh, if you want to know more about the liquid marketplace situation, just go watch some videos on YouTube. Just type in liquid marketplace. I'm pretty
I
sure there
think
was
Dan's done a video.
coffee. Yeah, no, well, Dan's done videos. Rattle Pokemon's done videos. I think CoffeeZilla, CoffeeZilla that does all those
Yes.
big expose type sort of ones. I think
Yes.
he's done a big one on it as well. So there's a lot of information out there. Like, we don't want to bore you here, ladies and gentlemen. We've spoken about it in the past. I can't really give you an exact show because we've got 288 out there. But yeah, look, I was just saying it shouldn't be for sale. It should have been sold off, and the people who owned it on Liquid Marketplace should be sold their fraction that they owned. But
I just put in the
people
chat.
from Liquid Marketplace ran off with the money. Nothing, as far as I know, has happened to them. Logan Paul was involved. Mr. Shine, the biggest collector, out there of high-end cards. The Wonder Shine Index is now, getting promoted as a hobby know-it-all in a way, because he's making the official index of what are the premium cards in the hobby.
I've just
Crazy.
I
No
just
one's
put
getting viable.
the link in the chat for people in the chat is Rattle Pokemon's video. I just went on to our YouTube and it was the first thing that came up, because obviously based on our search history with card content, so that is officially how many days old?
Yeah,
That's two.
check
That
it.
one's two. That one there's 2 months old.
Yeah,
That video.
check it
So
out.
this is in the lead up to it going on the show. But if you go to Rattle Pokemon, I'm sure there'll be one in the last few days. Let me
There's
have a
a
look.
bunch. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Dom? In this situation, what should be happening with this card? What's happened with these people that have had their money stolen with this fractional rubbish?
I'm gonna tell you a crazy story, Source. All right, it happened on Christmas Day. Just a real random story. Someone that I know obviously was paying attention to cards because he's seen some articles. All right, it's not going to come back to fractional stuff. Like we said on the show, it's all a fucking scam. It all turned out to be a scam. Like, you're putting full belief that you're going to get a payout on the card. Like, it was set up for failure because someone's putting up their card there. When it goes up to $5 million, you reckon they're going to pay out fractions? Come on, mate. They're going to take it and run, and that's what's happening in this case. But crazy story in terms about this being the Wild Wild West. In terms of this PSA 10 now that's going to go on gold and go for $1 million, like a gazillion dollars, sorry. But this person, Christmas Day, said to me, I seen card prices going crazy. I know that you're into it a lot. He goes, if I give you 50 grand, what would you do? What are we buying? He goes, you reckon I can double my money, triple my money? I said, mate, realistically, if you wanted that to happen, I said, if we can invest in cards with your $50,000, we need to sit down genuinely for a month and a half, flat out start watching all these main card influencers, like the big ones I'm talking about, Shine, Logan Paul, even who's the sports card investor, even Leon Hart. You look at these guys, if it's Pokemon, you look at who's the Lamont that bent all the Pokemon packs, came down here for Collect Fest, the King Gary. You got to watch all these people because this is the trend. All right, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why I graded and sold my Poncho Pikachus. I could see the market, the trend. They were inflating a card that was all fake. It was all fake inflation. The monetary increase, the value of the evaluation of the card went up 300% within a month. And it was all inflated. It's all a scam. all right, just so they can line their pockets. The Poncho Pikachus were being sold on Fanatics Marketplace, and then the next auction, weekly auction, that have like the different ones on there, and the one after that, those same Poncho Pikachus that I had were back up on for sale. And they were ending every week, and Saucy and I were looking at it. I was sending it to him every week. Look, fuck, new high, new high, new high. Even if they were selling it at 11 grand flat out, for example, you know, they just kept setting the median value X amount of times. It comes up when you're searching for the card. I said to him, we take that 50 grand, we got to sit there. What Pokemon card, product, sports card, player, year the card, and you could sit there with 50 grand, and I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, they will say, this is the card, whatever it might be. This is the rookie card, like Golden did. This is Jordan's rookie card when it's his 10th year card. You know, this is what you need to buy. And I guarantee you, within that month, the moment they say it, you put your money on the auction or you buy the card. Look at these Kabuto cards, for example, Source.
Yeah.
In Pokemon. You invest 50 grand into the Kabuto stuff. The moment these people are saying it, the market goes up like this. The Kabuto's double in price. You've put 50 grand into it. We sell out. Not even at the peak of the market. You don't want it to get to the peak of the market, ladies and gentlemen, because once it gets there, it could be stuck there. It's on the way. All these influencers selling it 75% of the way to the top, because when it gets to the top, people are left holding the bag. All right? So I'm just explaining it to you step by step. This is what they do. So 75% of the way, this is what I did with my Poncho Pikachus. It got to about 80% of the way. I said to Source, as soon as the grading comes back, it needs to come back now. I don't care like what I sell it for. It has to sell. Well, I do care what I sell. I got to sell it now. If it comes back today, I'm selling the cards tomorrow. The cards came back. I sold it 2 days after I got the cards back. I sold it 80% of the way. What I sold the cards for, that was the high. Those cards have gone down. 1 month later, they went down literally $3,000 off the value that I sold it for. Because we could see the trend. It was all fake inflation. So I said to this guy, you got to look for all this. And for the Kabuto, for example, 80% of the way, we could have made the person $35,000. He gets his initial investment back with 35 grand on these Kabutos. But you know, this is the whole egg card.
That one was a bit
as an
like
example, but like this is like the egg card.
The whole market, but yeah,
yes,
it's a bit like that. Yes,
the egg card's another one.
The next trending.
It's as an example. You've got to see what they're looking at.
Cards that haven't trended that may have potential and load up on those cards, and then they trend.
That's all it is.
What will happen, especially those ponchos? I think people will keep buying them at that price.
They'll go up again.
They'll get stuck.
They'll go up again.
But yeah, you're not wrong in some sense. It is a very trendy. You need to find the right thing in the right moment. And if you're early enough on the trend, yeah, you can definitely make money. Because
they're probably gone up. I haven't looked. Let's have a look.
People are not quick in that moment to snap up certain cards before they trend up. But yeah, I like the point of view, mate. I like the point.
I'm trying to see what the 10's still holding where it was at, and what's the Y going for. I just want to see if it's where it's at. Which one did I? This was the 10. The 15th to the 12th. This card sold for, in a PSA 10, $9,000. At the peak of the market, I sold it in. When did I sell it? When they were going for consistent 9.5s, 10s. So it's gone down to as low as like 8, 9, just where it was at. Just as an example to people. You don't need to know exactly what I sold it for, but if I sold it today, I'd probably sell it for exactly what I sold it for or a bit less. So it pumped in those 3 months like crazy. It was going crazy. You got to remember these cards.
Yeah, but it pumped, and then it's now staying at that price.
Yeah.
Some cards won't stay at that price. Like some cards have pumped, and some cards went up to 3,000. I think it was like the Chinese Pikachu with Gengar in the background. You can only get it in the Chinese, and it was
Yes.
3,000 something in a PSA 10, and it's down to 1,500. But
I reckon we go on Fanatics just quickly, and they'll have those cards up there. But in all honesty, like, who's going to do anything about this Logan Paul situation? In the end of the day,
I don't think anything will come of it. Like, people will make noise, like rattle. We'll bring it up on our show and say to people. But yeah, as soon as we got a whiff of what that liquid marketplace was about, I mean, we obviously warned people. We did say we weren't into fractional. We won't be. We were going to think of, because there was another one. What was it called? Was it called Courtyard IO? Was that what?
Yeah,
what
Courtyard. Yes, that was one too. Yeah.
That was fractional, and that's no longer to be about. So, yeah, look.
Mate, there's that many McDonald's Pikachus up on Fanatics. It's cooked.
It's not rare.
I know.
It's a bit like the Van Gogh. That's not rare. Pikachu Van Gogh. At all.
Yeah, there was one in the last auction. Oh, sorry, there's one now live. There's a live auction. Oh, there's nothing there. 06, 205. This was sold. This is December. So they had the Magikarp ponchos go for 7,500 each. And then the Rayquaza, what's that? That's an 8, 3,300. The black 10, 8,100. Yeah. They haven't had the Charizard ones for a bit now. They've just settled in that range. But there's that many McDonald's Pikachu sauce. It is cooked. They've got a Luigi Pikachu in the next auction, so it'll be interesting to see how much that goes. Luffy smashing Pokemon, 100%. Says Goliath.
Yeah, well, on that, EB03, Heroines Edition, I'll bring it up, Thomas, so we don't confuse people.
We just got to, yeah. Just got to be careful with One Piece. At the moment, it's okay because of the print run of the product. But if they see a massive market for it, they start printing the ever-living shit out of the product. Like, the original stuff will be worth a lot of money, but the whole market will just start going down massively if they start printing it to the moon.
So this is the
So
one.
just gotta
Play games. There's no actual. From what I can find, there's hard to get boxes. This is the problem with all this shit, Dom. I really hate that these retailers, they sell pre-orders like 3 months before, 2 months, like 3 months before they were taking pre-orders for this EB 03, like 2 months before the release. Like, it's so crazy. They're literally just taking loans from people for 2 months to prop up their business income to then buy the product. Like, what are you doing? Like, buy a certain amount of cases and you sell the product, you sell it. Like, I don't know. It just kills me because I think a lot of shops, they want to know how much
this is true
before they can.
Goliath says 6 month pre-orders now, Saucy.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. I think it's so crazy, man. 6 months they're taking a loan from people. You know, look, I respect like EB Games. You only have to pay 20% of the price of the box, and you can pay the remainder on pickup. That's great. Like, I respect that, but some of these small retailers, they just straight up loan your money for 6 months before they give you your product. Like, crazy, man. Crazy. Like, it's obviously a cash flow thing within their business, but just mental. Like, too soon to be putting up pre-orders. Like, get your allocation and put up pre-orders like 3 weeks before the release. Maybe a month. Do a month. 4 weeks. Like, just crazy. Like, I've already paid for Ascending Heroes boxes already. I paid like 2 weeks ago.
That's cooked.
They don't come out
Speaking of,
till... So, but if you can get your hands on, ladies and gentlemen, EBO3, I think this will be a good set. We'll make it big. As you can see, it's a Wafu set.
oh,
Wafu, whatever that is. It's all the leaders, I think, are women. So
I might actually have to buy a box of this.
the horny men who love their hentai will.
That's why I need to buy a box, mate, and just sit on it.
Yeah,
I might actually
So,
have to
look,
buy a box.
What we've seen, we've seen the likes of Good Games slowly increasing their box price. They sold some boxes today at $3.30. I don't know if this is going to be like, it's the boxes are going now for this, but once it comes out, because everyone's trying to scalp it, there'll be so much hitting the market, you might be able to get it a bit cheaper. So potentially just wait. We've seen this before. So I think it could be a case, because anywhere that's doing a pre-order now, they're pre-ordering it for $300 plus. You might still have to pay $300. The cheapest price that you could pay was around $200 to $215. As we see there, Let's Play games that I bought up there, they had them for $215, but there's no available button for me to pre-order right now. They've obviously taken their pre-orders down. But if you can definitely get a box, EBO3, One Piece, I reckon it's worth it. Just for the whole Wafu factor. Hold it, buy a box, keep it sealed, or rip it. It's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. 215 distro price. There you go. 215 is distro price. I don't think so, because Let's Play Games is selling it for 215 to their recommended retail price, RRP. So Let's Play Games must be getting it for a lesser price if they're selling it at 215 and advertising that on their site, bro. Surely they must be getting it less than that.
Global says he feels like soccer cards are going to go up due to the World Cup in the States next year. Maybe.
It's
I'm
sometimes a
not sure.
fallacy. It's sometimes a
It
fallacy,
is.
isn't it, Dom? We've seen that in the last World Cup. We thought
happened.
cards were going to... And
I
the cards
honestly
actually
think
went up 3 months before and never actually went up when the World Cup came. So
I think you should be buying now, because we got 6 months of the World Cup, 7 months of the World Cup. I think you should be buying the guys you want now.
From the World Cup.
Yeah, I'd be buying them now, and then maybe trying to flog them off as the hype builds for the World Cup. Or, mate, in the end of the day, you just got to buy the goats. Simple as that. So, and I'm not talking about Messi and Ronaldo, because they're at the end of their, even that, like, Messi's pretty well priced for his cards. Ronaldo's starting to move, but he's criminally underpriced if you wanted to buy him. But the guy you should be buying, you should only be buying one guy. It's not Lamar. Like, he's a good player, but the only guy you should be buying right now is Kylian Mbappe. That is the only guy you should be buying. That's it. And for the quick flip, you just buy Haaland, because all the hype's going to be around Norway into the lead up for the World Cup. Because he's going to be kicking goals in the Premier League. His hype is going to be at an all-time high. They think he's going to. They think he's going to fuck.
Smoky too.
Yeah,
They've
they
got a
are.
bad team, so if they can get there and they're healthy,
mate, Captain America.
good hype around it.
Captain America
Yeah.
is supposedly dating Sydney Sweeney. So, mate, he's living on the moon. He's on cloud 9 at the moment. Tell you what, he's got a couple of good pillows to rest on too. Golden generation in USA football.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Bloody oath, mate.
Let's Play Games is only distro for Bandai in Australia. Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay, makes sense then.
There's something new. Well, look, I'll show you here. This is
Last World Cup set was terrible. Completely agree. Sucked.
this is Scamology selling it at $280 a box with the indication that they would get. Amazing. Good Games was selling it for $330 a box.
Scamology.
EB Games, if obviously I wasn't buying, I didn't have the EB Games Plus, so I wasn't getting the emails for that stuff. But the EB, they did the new set, OP14 that's coming out. I got a box for $216 for a box.
There you go. Let's Play Games owns good games. Sauce.
There you go.
So, anyway, Haaland's my guy. That's my pick for the World Cup. If you want cards, and just buy Mbappe, mate. If you did, honestly, he equaled Ronaldo's goals in a calendar year for Real Madrid. Just honestly, just give him the Ballon d'Or, bro. Just give it to him. Don't worry about all these other guys. Just rig it. Just give him 10. Give him and Haaland all the Ballon d'Ors. Who gives a shit? He's better than Rodri. He's better than all these other guys. I don't care. He did a treble, did this, did that. The best guy in the world. He's always been the best player in the world for the last 5 years. He's killing Mbappe. Let's stop beating around the bush, mate. Simple as that.
Well, that's why he had to go to Real Madrid to make sure he gets the Ballon d'Or. Because he wasn't going to get one if he wasn't at Real.
So, mate, he should have won it the year that they won the World Cup. You can argue. France. When he was 18.
Who they gave their last one to Dembele, didn't they? He had a good
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, Dembele, you give it to him. That's fine, whatever. Wins trophies. Is what it is. Mbappe is the best player. He's the guy who should be collecting soccer cards. And, yeah, Haaland. I'm on Golden. I don't even know if there's any Haaland cards currently. Prism, EPL, signatures, gold prism. I'll bring this up just quickly. We'll finish on this. I don't know if there's anything interesting anyone wants to look at here, but there's a rookie card here. Personally signed by him. Auto 10. I don't know how you get an auto 10 there. It looks terrible. But anyway, Beckett, you just $226. That one's at. Yeah. Another rookie card here. Sapphire edition.
Here we go.
There you go. This is a nice card to buy. Triple auto. Leaf Ultimate. It's got Haaland, Ronaldo, and Messi on the same card.
Not a bad option, Doma. Not a bad option.
Here you go. Booklet.
Last thing I'll bring up, and then we're going to end this, is...
Very nice.
If you're not following them, give them a follow. Obviously, we're bringing them up here because they've done something good for the hobby. I mean, they also do the notifieds. TCG notified. You're not 15k followers. They've got a bit of a Discord if you want to join it. I'm not in it. But they have Australian Trading Card Shows 2026 dates and locations. Put together a little guide. Sunday the 18th, Yarraville Pokemon Fair in Yarraville. This is for Victoria. They've also done... Just go check it out. I'm not going to go through them all. There's so many, as Dom, you can see. New South Wales as well.
Bloody hell.
Then more in New South Wales. 2 pages for New South Wales. They've got Queensland there. They've got Western Australia. So Western Australia started to make their own sort of noise with some of their shows. Then you got South Australia, Cardverse, SA Card Collector Show, which Sunday the 3rd of May.
I'm going to try and get to that one.
Are going to try and get to that show. We're not going to officially put it down yet, but when we do officially get it on the record, we will put a bit of a post out about it.
You guys will be the first to know.
Then you got Canberra as well, so props to them to putting this together. Go check it out at tcg.notified on IG if you want to see all the list of shows that they've put together for Aussies that are coming up in 2026. And the hobby just grows, and we look forward to seeing what is, to behold another year in this great hobby that we love, Doma, collecting cards and having fun and enjoying laughs and banter along the way with our fellow collectors. But rounds out 2025, Doma.
Another good year. Not another good year. We'll try and get some guests on next year.
A weekly episode.
We'll try and get more guests for the listeners next year.
That has to definitely be a promise of people.
Yeah. But not for anything. Just a big thank you to everyone, of course, continuing to support us. You guys are absolute legends, and without you guys, we wouldn't exist. And I think the biggest thing that happened for us this year, obviously, we started double coverage breaks towards the end of the year, just something a bit different for us. And it was something, obviously, we're selling product, but we're trying to sell it as cheap as we can ourselves and just trying to give back to the hobby as best we can. But we'll try and build on that, build on the podcast in 2026. And we'll bring up the 300 source at some stage next year, which is crazy. 300. But you guys are legends.
I've got it ready, Donna. I've got it ready. I've got it ready. I'm ready to raise it, mate. I'm ready to raise it, and it's got, mate. This
It's got some autos, mate. It's got some autos.
It's got Adam Gilchrist and
That's not bad.
Gillespie. And
Yeah,
Gillespie.
Dizzy Gillespie.
And it's signed on a Adam Gilchrist bat. You know, that was his bat from back in the day, a little mini one. And I got it signed when I went down to watch something of him one time. So I'm
How
ready.
good's that?
I'm ready here, mate. Show 300 with the bat. I'm ready to raise it, mate.
That's nice. I like it, mate. Very good. Very good. But yeah, from us to you guys, Happy New Year. And we stay safe, party, enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you.
A reasonable amount, ladies and gentlemen, or don't drink at all. But just have a good fun without being stupid.
That's right. Be responsible. And yeah, maybe rip some cards on
That's definitely irresponsible.
At midnight.
I realised on Christmas what you get.
Yeah, drink, enjoy yourselves, get on it, as Global says, and then at midnight, open a box without any top loaders and sleeves and see how you go, mate. When you wake up the next morning, straight raw, and see how you go the next morning when you wake up and go, shit, is that what I did last night? Anyway, on that note, thank you again. Happy New Year, and keep living, loving, and breathing sports and cards. It's double coverage. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce for the last time in 2025. Peace.
Happy New Year, ladies and gents.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, double coverage.